Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, Pretty Diva did send over some dip powders for me to try out. I was super excited for these. I really like the star constellation packaging. I really like that. Even though it didn't fit with the theme of the dip powders, I did really find the packaging unique and nice. I love when packaging is like that. It just really makes me want to dive in and unbox the product and see what is inside. So I really liked that. Inside, I did get sent two different little dip powder sets. The first one here I'm opening has 4 dip powders and also the little instruction manual or booklet. The instructions does not include any pictures and is a little bit hard to follow, but that is okay because I will be showing you today how to use these dip powders. We do get 4 different colors of dip powder and they are a nice size. I believe they are 20 ml pots of dip powder. We also get a nice little seal thing. I like when you actually get a seal versus just that little piece of paper that you just throw away. That way you can continue using the seal and your dip powder will not spill, which is very nice. We get some beautiful colors in this collection. That first color was a very beautiful glitter red, and then we have a very hot red. Next we have kind of a weird one. I will talk more about this when I swatch it, but it is a white dip powder with some foil pieces, which was a little bit weird for a dip powder. And lastly, we have a very beautiful pink shimmery color. I really liked all of these colors except for that white one, just because it just was not it, but that is all right. Moving on to the next one here. This is pretty much the same exact thing, but you get 3 dip powders instead. And also the instructions. I will be linking both of these dip powder kits down below. They can be purchased on Amazon, and I just recommend getting both of these kits if you love dip powder. These are only dip powders. I'm not sure if you can use them as acrylic, but definitely I feel like I should try that to see how well they would work as acrylic, because I did like using them as dip powder. This collection does come with beautiful glitter shades, and I just loved all of these. I love glitter, so when glitter is in dip powder, acrylic, polygel, it is so fun and I love it so much. So this collection was pretty awesome. Here are the colors. I am going to be swatching all of these. I did want to kind of show an up-close video of these colors. That way you could see the actual color and truly see how beautiful they are. I really enjoyed these dip powders. I also thought they were very nice to work with. They were very good quality, and the end results with these dip powders, I just loved the way the nails turned out. I am swatching these using the gel method, which means I'm using base coat instead of dip liquids. The reason for that is, number one, I like using this method a lot more because it doesn't have that strong scent coming off of the dip liquids. Also, these weren't really dip powder kits, or I don't have this brand's dip liquids to use with the dip powders. So I did decide that if you are a beginner, you want to purchase these dip powders but don't really have the dip liquids, I thought I would just go ahead and show the method, the gel method. That way I'm assuming you probably have some sort of base coat and you can use that instead of the dip liquids. So I quickly did swatch all of these dip powders. One thing with the gel method is you will need a UV LED nail lamp. So I did cure these swatches for 60 seconds and then I did another coat. So here is 2 coats of the dip powder. The dip powder is swatched on the underside of the swatch stick, and just look at how beautiful. Same with this collection. I'm loving it so much. The camera doesn't do justice for that pretty pearlescent white in the center. It was so beautiful and it was shimmery. I did here want to mention about this one here. It was just a little bit weird. I feel like it could have been good without those gold foils, but I dipped twice and I could not get any of these pieces of foils to stick on the swatch. So I just felt like those pieces of foils in there were a little bit useless and just not something for dip powder. I did decide I wanted to use these 3 shades of dip powder. I applied my full cover nails. These is square. I cut them down, filed, and buffed, and they are ready for my dip powder application. These 3 colors were my absolute favorites from all of the colors, and I just knew I had to use them in today's nail set. I'm going to be starting off with this very beautiful shimmery pearlescent pink color. Again, I'm going to be doing the gel method. With the gel method, it is always best to pour over the product instead of dipping the product, because with the gel, it can move around if you dip your nail in, and that will create like wrinkles and creases, and it just won't look good. So it is always best to pour over the product when you're doing the gel method. That is just a helpful tip. That way it will save you from having a very bumpy and wrinkly application. This is very simple because I am using full cover nail tips. I do not need to worry too much about building up a structure because that full cover nail tip already gives me the structure and the strength that I need. I'm just focusing on the color. So I am applying the gel base coat to the entire surface of the full cover nail tip, and then I'm using a cupcake liner and the dip powder and just pouring over the product. It is literally that easy. When I first started dip powder, I didn't like it too much because I felt like I didn't have the knowledge on how to use it and have a good application. But now that I have been using it, dip powder is so much fun to work with and so easy to get a very beautiful nail set. So if you haven't tried dip powder, I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a beginner, because it is so easy. Especially if you just keep working at it and keep trying, you will definitely get the hang of it. So like I mentioned before, since this is the gel method, you will need a UV LED nail lamp. That way you can cure your layers. So after I had on that first coat, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds in my nail lamp, and then I made sure to brush away any of that remaining powder. That is also a very important step, because if you don't do that, you can contaminate your base coat and it would like get all in it and gunk it up, and that's just not good. So it is always best to try to remove all of that powder before you brush over top of it again. One thing I do recommend is curing in between each finger. I mean, definitely you don't have to do that. You could do all of your fingers and then do your cure. But I personally normally like to cure in between each one. That way I don't end up bumping it. I feel like I'm very clumsy, and if I have a day where I'm not feeling as clumsy, I will just do all the nails and then cure. But days where I'm feeling very clumsy, I normally like to cure each finger separately. That way I don't bump it and mess it up. So I did do 2 coats of this pink. Like I said, because I am using full cover nail tips, I don't really have to worry too much about that structure. So I was okay with the 2 coats. Now I'm going to be moving on to this beautiful glitter shade. I'm doing that only on my ring finger. So I'm just repeating that same exact process of applying the base coat, pouring over the product, curing, and then repeating it with a second and third layer. This glitter was, I don't really know how to describe it. It didn't have as much glitter in it as I expected. As you can see here, the glitter is a little bit blotchy and not giving like that full glitter pop. So I did want to do 3 layers. That way I could just build it up a little bit more and have it full of glitter and just make that glitter pop in it and not really have any clear or blotchy spots. Another thing you could definitely do with a glitter like this is first put a layer of color down. Like I could have used the pink color or even the hot red color that I'm going to be using. And I could have used that first, did 1 coat of that, and then put my glitter over top of that. But honestly, I was able to build up that glitter and it turned out just fine with those 3 coats. But if you don't like the blotchiness still, you could definitely try it with a color underneath first. One thing I do want to mention is make sure you are curing in between each layer. If you're used to using the dip liquids and you know about the dip liquids, they do dry on their own. But if you are using a gel product, it will need to be cured, and that would be a very bad thing if you forgot to cure it and then you're like brushing away the remaining powder and then you just mess it all up. that would be a very bad day. So definitely make sure you are curing the layers of dip powder. This process is moving along so quick. I didn't even speed much of this video up. I did speed it up a little bit because the process is very repetitive, but like I said, this is very quick and easy to do. I had so much fun doing this nail set just because of literally how quick it moved along. Like, I was like in awe. Like, I was doing the nail set and then I was done with the nail set, and I was so surprised with the end result and really how easy it was. I did do my thumb off camera and I just did it with that same hot red color. I did an Instagram reel for my thumb. I am normally doing that, so if you aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you go follow me so you can watch like my cool like reel videos of doing like my thumb and stuff like that. I did want to go in with a little bit of shaping. I didn't even buff these nails just because it was such a clean application. All I really did was went in with a little bit of shaping and just trying to get back that square shape and straighten up my free edge. After that, I am practically done. You could add your top coat and be done, but of course, I needed to add a little bit something more to these nails. So I was looking through my stickers and saw these beautiful, cute little Hello Kitty stickers. And I was like, okay, this is absolutely perfect. I am definitely using these on these nails. So I did decide that I wanted to add some Hello Kitty stickers to the hot red color. I also forgot to do this, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to add like some cuticle gems to the like pink nails just to add a little bit more to the nail set. I did forget to do that though, but it's totally okay because I think the end result was super quick, super easy, and just the end result was so cute. Like, I was so surprised with this nail set. This is one of my shorter videos, so if you are still watching, you're almost already to the end of the video. I really hope that you kind of liked and enjoyed this type of video. I know I normally put out longer videos, but for this nail set, it was a really quick, easy nail set. I also did a shorter length. That way, for my people who like wearing shorter nails, you can also get some inspiration from my page. But I'm just topping this nail set off with some glossy top coat. I'm applying that to all of the nails and then curing for 30 to 60 seconds in my nail lamp. And then I'm going to be applying my cuticle oil, rubbing that in to nourish my cuticles, and we are finished with the nail set. Like, I cannot believe how fast this went by. Normally, I'm sitting here needing to take breaks on my voiceovers just because I continue to talk and the video is like not even halfway done. But this was definitely one of my shorter videos, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you learned some useful tips from dip powder using the gel method. And I also hope that you guys enjoyed how the nail set turned out. If you did, leave a red heart below so I know that you are still watching. If you enjoyed these dip powders and want to get them for yourself, I will have them linked in the description box below. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.